Right, so I'm picking up on a masculine energy. Could be male or female. Take it if it resonates. Somebody who is introverted, somebody who's online a lot, somebody who is private, keeps things separate, could keep different parts of their life separate. We could be talking about like somebody with BPD, someone that's splitting could be relevant. Someone who's very strategic in everything that they do, everything that happens in their life. They have a plan out in advance what they're going to say, what they're not going to say, that kind of thing. And they might not seem like they are somebody that does that. They could be somebody who's really quiet and reserved. Seems like they're an introvert because they are, but they compartmentalize, I'm getting. And they're dealing with some kind of crisis right now because they have allowed other people to use them as basically their little doll. Voodoo dolls could also be relevant. It says dictatorship, domination, reluctance. So in this person trying to compartmentalize everything, every part of their life, including people and relationships, it brought them in to work with other people that were like that, basically, whether they realize that or not, because you will magnetize towards people, that have the same addictions, hungers. We'll call it hungers. Yeah, so this is somebody who literally thought of themselves as like a pro. Like, this is somebody who was very confident in the fact that they were living their life in a way that was going to work for them, that they would be able to basically manage and control every aspect of their life, like I said, including people and relationships. Like, they had two different parts of their life that were separate, and they were keeping them separate, and they were very confident in the fact that they would be able to do this because they've been doing it for so long, going into like pleasures of these worlds, like carnal desires type of things, and that's all they were really worried about. So there's like a lack of accountability. Obviously, this is like a selfish, childish mindset, even though this person might be a full-grown adult, take it if it resonates. Themselves in a financial stagnation right now. This person is like feeling bad about it. They're actually in regret about a lot of things. That's why this is the way that they're viewing it is still from a purely selfish standpoint. They feel bad because of how it has resulted for them. Like, what? Not so much like the damage that they've done to others, not yet at least. And now they are not seeing from other people's point of view still. So like, if this messed up a job or a relationship, they might be thinking, oh, I feel so bad because it messed it up, and now I don't have that job, or now I don't have the relationship. But really, they fucked over this whole job. Like, everybody at the company screwed. Or like, if it's a relationship, like, they really hurt somebody that they're now finding out, oh, well, that was my person. Well, now what do I do? Because I want that person. But they're still not thinking about what they actually did to that person. So they're avoiding accountability, and in doing so, they are not able to start the healing process, because accountability is how it starts. You have to look at yourself. Like, why did I do those things? What about me makes me feel like I have to act like that or do those things? And then that is how you can start to dig deeper and do the healing. And that's the only way to get out of it. Maybe therapy. I'm not like judging or putting anybody down. Like, everybody could benefit from therapy, and learning how their own mind works, how other people's minds work, how trauma is stored in the body, and how it affects everything that we see and do, that kind of thing. This is ego death, dark night of the soul. Also, this person could have experienced the death, of somebody close to them, that is allowing them to break things down a little bit, view things from a higher perspective. Sometimes when we're in grief, then be cracked open, and like, the divine can get in at that point, where if we had our heart blocked off before, that is a way that the divine can get in. Basically, we're closer to God at that point, even though it doesn't feel like it. So they could be realizing that whoever they're working with, or this person or group or establishment, is like evil, is very dark. Scared. Depression, phobia, paranoid. This is like some deep childhood trauma shit. This is like deeply ingrained patterns also. Like, so something that somebody's done their whole entire life, and they've kind of just lived with it, like, as if that's just part of them. They have to deal with it, but it's not. There's no part of us. There's no vice. There's no negative pattern, habit, view, or whatever. That is just part of you that you can't get rid of ever. Like, that's not a thing. You can heal. You can grow from. You can fix things yourself. It's not easy, obviously, or everybody would do it. There wouldn't be a bunch of narcissists running around, acting the way that they do if it was easy. But the alternative is to live your life miserable like that. And then is like viewing something that they have lived with their entire life as a permanent part of them, and it's not. So I just had nightmare come out again, and then alliance and commitment. This always looks like binding to me. This is like a commitment to something that you feel like you are tethered to, like you have no choice but to be committed to it. Bring darkness, persecution. This says they could be like colluding with these people, could be putting this person in darkness. They could feel persecuted, or maybe this group or person persecuted somebody else and they were part of it. They're suffering. They could have caused suffering on others. Whatever this is, upside down is now, obviously. So they need to unbind themselves, unconnect from whatever it is that is making them dark. You know what I'm saying? And whatever they're viewing as a permanent part of them, it's not. Like, this person is like, oh, well, this is just who I am. This is just part of me. And like, my question for this person would be, do you even understand this part of you that you think is part of you? Have you even looked at it? Because like, it's this huge gaping hole, or like a storm that you think you can't tame, but really you are quite able to sit it down and be like, what the fuck are you? Why are you here? And how do I get rid of you? Do you know what I'm saying? It's not a permanent part of this person. So maybe that's what this person is being called to do, is to take accountability so they can then look at themselves, sit down that part of them that they think is a permanent structure or a permanent part of their personality, and realize that it's not, and then begin to do the healing process. So I hope this helps somebody. God loves you. I love you. I hope you'll have a great day.